Okay. My name is Nathan Hunter. This is for cross-country freight out of the Commerce City, Colorado location. This is being done for LLLC Defensive Driving Course for the driving section. This is a video recording of how the operation is done for this particular procedure. I'm assuming it's working because it is showing recording. This is being done in the work truck on a work day. Currently we are running about 12,000 pounds corrosive acids on here going over the mountaintops in Colorado. Alright, we will be leaving the yard here heading to Steamboat, Colorado. My first delivery point is about a 4-hour location away from here. We'll be leaving Commerce City, Colorado, heading west across the Rocky Mountains. Even though it is the end of May, there are still considerable snowstorms going on up there. We had snow yesterday as well. Whiteout conditions as well. Coming up here to there's not actually a stop sign, but we're going to stop ahead of time. Now we're going to proceed about another 15 feet up to the intersection. Going to have a left turn signal on. It is clear, so we are going to pull forward and gradually turn, and we're going to be pulling into the inside lane. As we make our inside lane, we're checking our left-hand side, make sure we clear the yellow striped line. Take a look to the right, make sure we're checking on traffic. Take a look, we do have a red light up here, so we go ahead and start easing off the throttle and backing off a bit. There is going to have to be some pauses through this little commentary because I will have to take a couple drinks to clear my throat a little bit. Okay, the light has turned green. We are proceeding to go forward. We're looking all the way down at the end of the road here. We're looking as far down as we can see. Looking about the middle of the road. We look in front of us. We have a clear road ahead. We look to our left side. We have a yellow box truck behind us. We look to the right side. You can see the yellow box, and we also have a tractor trailer coming up extremely fast on the right-hand side. Coming up here, we will be making a left-hand turn going underneath the bridge. We get when you get to that point, we'll be making a left. We're going to go ahead and let out the throttle and coast a little bit. You get your foot positioned over the brake just in case. We're going to put our J brake on about a number 2 setting. Let the engine work for us on our stop. Unlike the way other trucks are set up and other courses are set up, personally I prefer to use a J brake and alternate braking devices first and use the brakes last. It saves the brakes for mountain driving. Okay, as we continue forward, we do have traffic ahead of us. We have traffic merging from the left, and we do have traffic sneaking up behind us. We're going to be looking around this corner, not at this light, but at the next light. That is stop, so we can go ahead and let off a bit because we have traffic. And we can ease ourselves down to a stop. Like that. Now, we have to wait ourselves through this light and through another light. So we just ease ourselves ahead once we have the clearance to do so. The first part of this video might be a little repetitive, it might be a little boring because we have situations where we're just sitting stationary like this. But we do keep looking to the left. We see the white BMW coming on the left. We do have traffic coming down the right with that Cadillac. We look off to the left. We have a truck that wants to come across this intersection. Just have to kind of hold ourselves in a holding point to see how this goes with the next light. Because we're going to have cars come down this left side going to try to cut us off. Okay, the light down there has turned green, so traffic is starting to roll forward, so we can go ahead and start to proceed forward. If they actually think about what they're doing and they put their phones down. Now, we're going to ease ourselves up to this next light and prepare to make a left-hand turn across this intersection. See, there's a white car who came up and just thought they'd cut in front of everybody. Something you always got to be cautious and aware of. I know you guys are located back east. It's very possible your drivers are a lot more friendly there. We have drivers out here that are a little more of a pain in the rear to deal with. Now, I guess this video is supposed to run constant and continuous. The fact that I'm just sitting here, still keeping forward, looking at the light. Keep watching traffic down the right for people trying to cut in and cause damage or harm to the truck, trailer, equipment, and what's going on. Look to your left and see what's going on. We do have our turn signal on. The turn signal is communicating to all the other drivers out here of our intentions to turn left at this light. Okay, we've got plenty of room. Even though on the camera it doesn't look like it, we got a good 6-8 feet in front of us. You do need to keep it gapped through here, but you also need to keep it tight as well. With the drivers we have here, if you leave more than about 8 feet of space sitting in a light like this, they will block you off. Okay, light's turning green. I highly doubt we will make the light and we'll have to wait another cycle. And since the light's changing red again, we let off the throttle and we'll just coast our way up to the intersection. And we'll go ahead and we'll stop here. And we'll have to wait another cycle to come to here, so this will be a 3-cycle light. Now, once we make our left turn, we will take this Highway 1685, which is also Vasquez Road, and we will continue out to I-70. We'll pick up I-70 westbound and we will go up into the mountains. It will be approximately an hour drive to get up to the Continental Divide, at which time we will branch off and take US 6, which will be a 2-lane road up and over the pass. And then from there, we will have more than enough of our hours talk time on this device. My route I'll go ahead at that time when we get to Silverthorne. I will disconnect the device and store it away, and I will continue with my route because it's still another 3 hours to get to my location from there. I guess I can pause in between here. What's going on? Nothing has changed. We're still sitting here, still waiting for the lights to change. Lights turn green, we continue to go. Okay, we make our left turn. Looking down to our left side, making sure we do have clearance and no one's trying to turn right from this left lane, which they do over here. We turn the turn signal off, we continue straight. Looking all the way down the road, we see what traffic we got from the railroad crossing up here. We look down to the left, we see the pickup truck. We see right, it's clear, coming up on under the road here for Colorado. Okay, now you're going to be looking along down the road. You guys talking it as seconds. I always do it in yards or feet. I have tried that with one of our trainees about telling them about pick a point out there and do 20 seconds. And that from that point on, that trainee focused on counting seconds and not was focusing around him. So I do it as looking far, looking medium, and looking close. Okay, we're coming up to a coast. We're off the throttles. Just ease ourselves into a stop here. When I look far down the road, I'm looking down there. You got a yellow box truck and you got the school bus. That's where I'm looking at for long distance. Medium range is about down there, about where the blue sign is. Close is going to be up here about just past the intersection. track of what we have going down the road. We have cars coming down the left-hand side. Be cautious, be aware of them. Like I said before, a lot of the drivers in Colorado are lacking the mental capacity of actually driving correctly. Down your right-hand side is a shoulder. Gives you a little space, but not enough space to put a truck. Now, just past this light, we'll be getting over to the right on-ramp, getting onto I-70. One thing all drivers should be aware of is conscious of your route, where you're going, and how you're getting there. Look it, like it, love it, memorize it before you get to it. That way, you know what turns you have to make before you get to where you're going. That way there's no last minute decisions, no shuttering of the controls. Everything is smooth, easy, gentle configuration and movements. Now I'm looking at the light for I-70. I see it's red, so I got the Jake brake on number 1. Let the engine slow me down easy. Quits over the brake just in case I gotta make a quick stop here, which I shouldn't have to. Now we just ease onto the brake a little bit. Let the Jake brake keep doing its job. Okay, we'll go ahead and turn the Jakes off. We're coming up the intersection. And we have to wait for the light to turn green. Taking a look down the left, see what we have. We have a lot of traffic turning to the right, it appears to be. A lot of cars are going to try to undercut us on the right-hand side up here. Something to be aware of. This little white car in front of me, the guy seems to be having a fit of some kind in the car. He's making the whole car jump and shake. He's also got a wrecked car, so we need to be cautious of what he's going to do. The light has turned green with the green arrow. We will be proceeding forward and making a right-hand turn at the light. We're going to come up the intersection. We're going to back off of it. We're going to kind of coast our way around the intersection. Nice, smooth, gentle, easy motions. You don't want to flip your load as you do this. Now you're coming up here. We have what's called metering lights. These are to meter the flow of traffic so everyone can merge onto the interstate at an even pattern. Most of these cars ignore that and just run the light red anyways, which backs up traffic and makes it worse. We will come up here, we will follow the intervals as needed. It's one vehicle per green per lane. Now, as we're coming up here and we're cycling through this light, we're looking down the left side to see how heavy traffic is on the I-70, which we currently have quite a bit of traffic this morning. Okay, we stop for the red light. It cycles green and we proceed. The lights here change so fast, it'll change before you even put your foot on the accelerator pedal. Now, we're going to be merging one lane to the left. I'm going to go ahead and turn the turn signal on to the left. That way traffic coming down my left-hand side is aware that I will be merging to the left. It doesn't really help a whole lot, but like I said, these drivers aren't the brightest in the world. So you have to kind of give them a whole bunch of leeway because they are mentally deficient. Okay, we will just kind of ease our way down the road and merge in when we have an opportunity. Okay, looking to our left-hand side, we have a white car that is allowing us to merge in. So we will start coming over gentle and easy, smooth motion. We're going to leave our turn signal on because we do need to achieve yet one more lane to the left. So we leave our turn signal on. We have a black Ram up here that is going to let us in. So we will come over one more lane. Once we come over, we'll turn the turn signal off. We will give a little flash of our back clearance lights for the driver behind us to let them know thank you for letting us in. A little common courtesy with other vehicles goes a long ways up here in the mountains. Now, we're in what appears to be a middle lane. Farther up past this bridge, this turns into the right lane. Sorry about that. We will continue with this lane. Now we're looking forward down the lane. What we're looking at is down past the green signs as the bridge arches over the top. We're looking at how much traffic we have and looking for brake lights. Traffic will continue about 20-25 miles an hour until we get past I-25. It's just a slow area of traffic. It's just a nature of the beast. Taking a look down the left, we got a white car, we got a little pickup. We got behind the U-Haul, we got a couple cars, a little pickup and SUV down the right-hand side. Take a look down at our gauges. Air pressure's running good, temperature's good, RPM's good, pressure's good. Temp is good, fuel's good. Taking a look to the left, take a quick look to the right. And we just kind of keep looking around, look forward, look back, look right. See what we got. Always be aware of like what that JK just did, to just pull it over real quick. Sometimes they signal, most of the time they do not. They just do it. Always be cautious, be aware of some car pulling in front of you with 2 feet of space. The road splits into 2 lanes right here. We'll be taking the left of these 2 lanes. The right lane is a right turn lane and a straightforward lane with an option. Down here, another quarter of a mile, that lane ceases to exist. So we might as well pick our lane early and just stay in this lane. If we do not have to maneuver over, we don't have to, so be it. Now, they're starting to hit their brake lights. They're slowing down a little bit in front of us. Because, yep, here's a car trying to turn right out of a straight through lane. So, by looking forward and being cautious and aware of cars doing that stupid stunt, it is no problem to us in any way, shape, or form. We will continue straight along. Take a look down our right-hand side. Since that lane ends, cars tend to drive down the lane that ends so they can cut around traffic. Take a look down our left. We're going to put our Jake brake back on number 2 setting to help us slow down a little bit and just kind of ease off on the throttles. We're only doing about 30 miles an hour through here, but that's just the way traffic is, so we want to keep plenty of gap. Okay, take a look down the right, even though it's a shoulder. Usually some motorcycles or cars tend to drive down the shoulder because they think they can get away with it. Take a look down the left, we have a constant line of cars. Looking back over the front, our long distance view is as far as we can see over the bridge. But if you look off to the bridge, as the bridge turns, you can see traffic going up and around the other corner over there. Now, with all this being said, traffic just kind of eases over. This is I-25 that we're crossing over. So it only goes about 25, 30 miles an hour through here anyways. Prime example, right-hand side, road debris. Keep an eye out for road debris. You don't want to hit it. That looks like it's all wood, which means you probably have nails, wood, you can puncture, you can slash tires. Okay, looking long. We will accelerate gradual into this. See as far as you can over the hill. You see about where that gold pickup is. That's about the medium area. Look in front of you. We are clear in front. Down to our left, we have a Toyota coming down the left. Down the right, we have a merge lane. The merge lane coming on the interstate is clear. We're going to come up a little bit farther here. In about another 200 yards, we have another merge lane coming in from I-25. That lane is also clear. Look to the left. We have constant cars coming down the left. We have it down the right. We're clear. This went from a middle lane to a right lane back to a middle lane. And this will continue for a little bit. They are doing road work up here on the right-hand side. That's why I am staying in the middle lane and not changing lanes back and forth. We can maintain road speed no problem as set forth by the speed limit for this particular road. So with that being said, we will just maintain what we have. Traffic in Colorado, they drive like lunatics. They drive extremely fast even though the speed limit is lower. So if it appears that cars are passing me left and right, it's because I'm doing the speed limit and these cars are barreling around me. Just so that you guys are aware of that. I'm not sure how that is where you're located at, but that's how a lot of them do it here. Now, this being said, you keep looking up forward, looking around the corner, you see the sign for Federal. Look to the left, we have a little clearance. Look to the right, we have a little clearance. We do have a little bubble around the truck of no vehicles, which is nice to have. It won't last very long. As we come across the top here, we look down under the bridge, we look around the corner as far as we can. We look down at the bottom under the bridge. Look in front of us. This lane is still clear except for the car that just pulled into it. We're going to have traffic merging on from the right-hand side. As this traffic merges on, we need to be clear and aware of that situation. Now, as we come up here, we see our left side is clear. We see our right side is clear. We just had a truck with a construction trailer pull in front of us. They will pull the left-hand lane because they think their Mario is ready. Okay, our lane is now currently clear. We'll take a quick look at our gauges while we can. Our gauges are clear, our air is good, our pressures are good. Temperature's good, voltage is good. Okay, now we're looking as far as we can, which is up around the corner. If you're looking forward, you see the mountain range, you see the snowy capped mountains off to the left-hand side. We have to drive over the top of those today. We're going over the white caps. We'll be proceeding up around 13,000 feet today. And that is the first of several passes we'll be crawling just to get there. You won't be there for the second one, but I have to continue on. Okay, once again, keep looking as far as you can. Look in the middle, look down close. Our lane is still pretty clear, it's wide open. We have nothing on our left side, we have nothing on our right side. We're running free and clear. Currently we are at operational speed. The road curls back to the right. We do have a little road construction here. Yesterday they didn't have asphalt, it was pretty bumpy, so you need to prepare yourself. You do not want to balance the front end and bounce yourself into a different lane. Keep yourself centered and steady between the white lines. Sorry about that. Got a little bit of a curve here. A little bit of a curve going the other way. We're doing bridge work here on the left. Left lane is clear. Right lane clear. We have the white pass and car passes in front of us. We're clear about the middle point. Going up around the corner here. Just past this corner, we need to move over one lane to the right. It is clear. I am merging. I will turn the turn signal off. We have properly made our merge. This lane turns into the middle lane once you get farther down the road. We are merging with I-76. I-76 and I-70 westbound come together into 5 lanes. You want this lane because the 5 lanes abruptly turn into 3 lanes. You lose both outside lanes at the same time. If you look farther forward, you see traffic is coming to a stop because they run 5 lanes into 3 lanes. So as you come around the corner, you let off the throttles, you just coast a bit, put the Jake brake on, run about a number 2 setting, let the Jake brake slow you down. Be cautious of cars off the 76 because they will cut all the way to the left-hand side of the road so they can race around traffic to a lane that ends. Okay, we've got about 100 yards ahead of us. We'll keep that gap as long as we can. Okay, we're down about 20 miles an hour. We will turn the Jakes off. We're under 20 miles an hour. we will use the service brakes if need be at this point. At this point, you just use a little bit of throttle to keep yourself moving. Then let yourself off the throttle and just coast a little bit. You don't need to be trying to put your foot through the floor constantly. Now we're going to slow down because we have this traffic coming to a stop ahead of us. You're going to be looking as far as you can up around the corner, which of course is 5 lanes of traffic. And you look medium and you look close. You're going to have cars darting in front of you, left and right. So be cautious of both sides, left and right, trying to cut in front of you. Heavy traffic to the right, heavy traffic to the left, although left is moving faster. So for this reason, traffic tends to come from the right to the left, right in front of you as much as possible. The trick for this road is to actually just stay in this lane. And it's quicker and faster and more efficient to just stay in this lane, which most of these people can't figure out. Now, the hardest and slowest part for this drive is actually getting out of the Denver metro area. Once you get out of the Denver metro area, it does move a lot quicker, a lot faster. You just have to contend with car drivers who think they know everything. So you have to assume they're going to do you harm in your truck. If they do something wrong, you're prepared and you are ready for it. If they don't, it's a bonus and you're good to go. Now, once again, we crest over the top here. We look far as you can down the road. You will see nothing but 5 lanes of traffic doing about 20 miles an hour. Everybody in this situation wants to run up here and cut in front of everybody else. We will stay in our lane and we will maintain our lane. Traffic is slowing down again. We are currently doing about 12 to 15 miles an hour. So now we will use our service brakes to actually slow ourselves down because it's too slow for the jigs. We're under 10 miles an hour. We got our foot hovering over the brake in case we need it. But we are just coasting with the truck and the slight grade of the hill. Let your equipment work for you. A little bit on the service brakes to slow us down. Take a look down the left to see what kind of traffic we got. Take a look down the right, see what kind of traffic's over there. Take a quick look all around to see who's trying to cut where and who's trying to do what. Just like that Kia. I knew he was going to come over just like this Jeep. This Jeep wants to come over too. Because he thinks these lanes are faster. It's all the same if people just stay in their lane and drive. It's a poor choice the way they made the road. Because you lose both outside lanes at the same time. So all we have to do is maintain what we have. We will continue about 8 to 12 miles an hour all the way through this. Once we get through this, the traffic kind of sorts itself out a little bit. Traffic speed will come back up to a road speed area before we start climbing the hill. No, I'm not drinking sodas right now. This is a non-caffeinated beverage called tea. Just a little bit. As you can see off your left hand side, that's where you start getting the signs that say lane ends. All that traffic will try merging into those 2 lanes, and traffic in this left lane will get scared and try dumping into this lane. This is what they do. We maintain a gap here. Look as far as you can. In the middle, look at your gap. Now you're looking down the left-hand side. Of course, it's busy, heavy traffic. Right hand side, busy, heavy traffic. Since we're slowing down with some brake lights ahead of us, we just kind of maintain what we have and keep our gap. The gap should be a good 60, 70 feet. You should usually have enough room to put a semi-truck in the middle of it, or at least a 40, 50 foot trailer. That way it gives you plenty of reaction time coming through here. Because you're going to have a couple seconds, 1 to 2 seconds, just to move your foot from the throttle over to the brake. I say throttle, a lot of people say gas pedal, but this is not a gas injected vehicle, this is diesel, so it's a throttle. Back to subject. Now, we do have a section that's straight. We're going to look as far as we can. We're looking down, we're looking around the bend, all the way into the trees. Traffic is moving down there. It's moving slow, but it is moving steady. Now we're going to be looking at the signs down here. This sign will tell you warnings of what's going on down the highway. Currently the sign is talking about the state laws for chain law. All trucks must carry chains from this point forward going westbound from mile marker the 259 to the 133. You must carry a full set of proper and good chains all the time, from Labor Day weekend to Memorial weekend. You will be fined just for not having them. And you also need to know how to use them. I chain up on a weekly basis up here. Sometimes even in the summer I have to chain up. Now, we'll look to our left-hand side. We got traffic moving a little bit faster down the right-hand side. We're all moving about the same. We're going to look as far as we can around this corner. We do have this bridge. The bridge is a good middle spot. You look around that, you can see the next construction zone area.